What's going on, fam? Adventure story time. Not that interesting, but I'm sure you guys can relate to this. So, it all starts with Facebook. Everything seems to start with Facebook. So, this is how it goes. Had a little extra cash. You had that money in the bank, or you saving some money to invest in something and hopefully make an investment. But sometimes financial mistakes come out of that. Everybody in the car community knows we make a lot of financial mistakes, but this one I can smile about. January 2022, I'm looking on Facebook, got a little extra money in the account, want to see what type of purchase I want to make. I already have two 350Zs. I wanted something different. I don't know. I was looking at BMWs, test driving the Audi A7. These are all used, not brand new, but I'm test driving other vehicles, just trying to see what piques my interest. So didn't even want to get another Z, wanted to step outside the box. Anyway, I'm looking through stuff, and I see this beautiful wide body blue 370Z. It's a 2009. People told me to stay away from the 09s. And it's a base model. Has the open diff, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's around the price range that I wanted. Maybe I was attracted to the modifications too. So I'm looking at it. I talked to the guy online, asked him a few questions, and then I let it go. Keep searching. I come back a few weeks later. The car's still online. And I ask him, talk to him some more about it. And I started growing, interest starts growing. The seller was super cool. He's super nice. He answered all my questions. And that's a big thing. When the sellers are willing to answer your questions and they don't make it seem like you're a pest, and they don't make it seem like you're a flake. And I know I came back weeks later and he was still cool with talking to me. That was a big point that made me feel comfortable in this purchase. So I talked to him about it. He sends me more pictures of different angles. He tells me all the maintenance he's done. The transmission's been replaced. The car's, he's like, hey, mechanically sound, pristine. Everything works. The modifications on it, test pipes, catback exhaust, coilovers, 13-inch wide wheels in the rear. I think he said 11 or 11 and a half wide wheels in the front. Tires in the back, 285, with tires in the front, 265, the most negative camber you can get, custom made wide body kit. So I'm looking at the pictures. I'm just in love with the car, aesthetically. My buddy has a Nismo 370Z, and I asked him questions about it. He said he loves it. My dream car is the GTR R35. So, of course, I can't afford that, but I want to step it up from a 350Z. Try something different. So, me and a guy end up working out a deal. So we work out a deal, and I'm showing my girlfriend the pictures or whatever, and she's okay with it. I feel like anytime you show your significant other pictures of some ridiculously highly modified car, they're gonna be concerned with it. Fair, we know how the car game is. So I decide, all right, I want to get this car. We work out a deal, get cash for it. We jump in her Mercedes, and we take her sister with us, and we take the road trip from Atlanta, Georgia to Florida. So I think we went about 300-ish miles, maybe about 320 miles down to a certain city in Florida. I can't remember what the city was. So it's a fun little road trip, long straight shot. Get down there, look at the car. All right, as soon as I pull up on it, cars in pictures look different than they do in person. Now, the 10-foot distance rule. When you see it, it crazy. Car looks even more crazy in person. I'm like, I really like it, but my concern was like, how low it was. Low cars, they have that damage under the chassis, all things scraped up, what could be leaking, X, Y, and Z. And I'm just kind of concerned with how it is because I drove low cars and I know how much damage they take. So I'm looking at it, a few little imperfections here and there, physically or aesthetically, but can't always just go off of that. Those are things that can be fixed. Test drive it. I'm thinking that the car is going to drive worse with the big wheel setup and all that stuff. Car actually drives pretty good. It's got the stage 2 clutch in there, so it's a little tight. Is the bad part was the bucket seats don't have sliders, so you can't slide them. But that's fine. I'm not that tall. So we test drive it. He had the alignment done. It's straight. And we end up working on another like after I stop, I'm looking at the car. I'm basically saying, what things I need to get done. My concerns with it, the fact that I don't know what will need to get done. I'm not there jacking the car up right then and there, which maybe I should have brought a jack. I don't know. I don't know how far some of these people would let you go, but I could have brought one. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking up under there trying to see what's wrong. I don't see too much. I don't see anything wrong with it. Besides the fact that the car was sitting outside for a while. He didn't drive it that much. So we work out. I get him to knock off $500 more, and I make the purchase. But before that, when we got there, my girlfriend was like, no, I don't like the car. I don't like it. It looks like it needs a lot of work. Why do you want another project? I'm looking like, well, it just looks like that on the outside. The car is pretty much mechanically sound. So I say, in my mind, I'm like, I drove all this way. I already knew what I was getting into. So I make the purchase, drive the car home, no issues. I mean, it drives good. It was low. That was the only issue, but thank God it's on coilovers. So I ended up, when I got home after that long drive we had, it was like, what, 5, how many hours is that? I don't know. I think it was like 5-hour drive or something like that. So after I get home, the car sat for a little while. I didn't have tags or anything in my shop, and I ended up jacking it. Ended up doing little things like the wheel was rubbing on the fender because they're so big and the car was low. It was rubbing on the inside or the lower part of the fender. So I ended up grinding it some more because they already did the grinding on it, raising it up a little bit. And I also jacked it up and I did the inspection on the bottom, front to back, top to bottom. I ended up honestly getting a good deal. Besides the imperfections on the body or whatever, in my opinion, I got a great deal. I consulted some people and said, what do you think about the price? I can't tell you guys right. I really don't want to say the price because I don't want to be affecting the market on these prices, but honestly made a good purchase. I'm happy with it. I took it to a car meet we had and whatnot. I mean, the suspension is still stiff. I need to soften it up. It does have damper adjustment, but I think I made a good purchase. The car is quicker than the 350. It's not like insanely fast, but it's still fun. And I'm coming from a background where I worked for Motor Cars of Georgia, and I used to drive exotics, and I'm talking about 600 horsepower cars and plus. You drive those cars and then hop back into a 350Z. It's not as fun, but this car is still fun, even with, what is it, 325 to 350 base horsepower. It's a car that I own. It's a little quicker, which is cool. But I also used to own a RB25 240SX that had, boosted cars are fun too. But this is, I like the NA platforms when you can get that instant power. So yeah, I enjoy the car. I think it definitely needs a paint job. It's blue now. I want to go. Everybody tells me that pearl white is going to be expensive, but I want to switch over to. I like white cars. I don't know what it is. It's just got that classy, luxury, pristine look when they're white. So I want to go white. It has like a big chrome lip with the most negative offset you can have. Take some of the camber out, but there's going to be more to come with this vehicle. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. It's outside of my box. It's not what I'm used to. I'm very minimalist when it comes to my vehicles. But yeah, I guess there's more to come. My ultimate dream is to have a car collection. Hopefully I can afford it. I make some good money in the future. But my ultimate dream is to have a car collection of different vehicles, Germans, Japanese, whatever, American. So we'll see what's in store in the future. All right. I'll catch you guys later.